Hello, I am Shogo Kudo, a researcher at the University of Tokyo. In this lecture, I am going to introduce one of the most influential phenomena that human beings are going to face in the coming decades, which is aging society. According to the 2015 population statistics from the United Nations, there were approximately 901 million people who are age 60 and older in the world population today. Their projection shows that this population group is going to increase to 2.09 billion by the year of 2050. This implies an increase of 1.19 billion people roughly in next 3 decades. What is important to notice from this prediction is that the significant increase of 1.07 billion people who are age 60 or older will be from developing countries. Such a drastic increase is expected because the achievements in a socio-economic development effort throughout the world. Therefore, the emergence of an aging population itself is not necessarily a problem. Rather, it is a shift to a new phase of our society in which people can enjoy a longer and healthier life, whether one is from a developed country or developing country. This shift to an increasingly aged society urges us to develop new policies and social designs at various scales in order to meet not only the needs of older population, but also to create a vibrant intergenerational relationship. Aging is often framed as a challenge in sustaining social systems. In those countries with large populations, such as China and India, aging will create a significant pressure in sustaining medical care, long-term care, any financial support systems for older residents. At the same time, in developing countries, those public policies for older residents tend to be given lower priorities than other national goals. Because of these combinations, the impact of population aging may appear more drastically in developing countries. In contrast, some scholars argue that the increase in the older population may bring an opportunity for certain sectors due to specific needs of older residents. Also, those who retire early or are semi-retired residents are considered to have a greater potential as entrepreneurs. Their knowledge, experience, and networks are considered important assets for the local economy. Therefore, the shift towards an aging society can be seen as both a challenge and an opportunity. In order to deal with this new transition, what kind of public discussions do we need? These two world maps show shares of population aged 65 and older in each country in 2015 and 2050. Countries with darker colors indicate larger percentage of people aged 65 and older. By the way, older population is commonly defined people aged 60 and older for developing countries and people aged 65 and older for developed countries. This is because of the difference in the life expectancy at birth between these two group countries. As you can see in the map of 2015, only Japan and some European countries have distinctively grayer colors compared to the rest of the world. In fact, the share of older population was highest in Japan at 26%. It was 22% in Italy and 21% in Germany. Other regions, especially countries in Africa and the Middle East region, are almost non-existent in terms of aging on this map. In contrast, the map of 2050 shows 3 major regions where aging becomes evident. Those regions are South America, Africa, and Asia. Among these 3 regions, Asian countries are predicted to go through the most rapid aging of their societies. Aging at the country level happens because of the changes in 3 demographic figures, namely mortality rate, birth rate, and growth rate. The common demographic transition can be explained in 5 different phases. The first phase denotes the state of a country with high rates of birth and death. In this first phase, both mortality and birth rates are high. Thanks to the improvements in modern medicine, a country will shift into its second phase, which is described by high birth rates and low death rates. This is the phase when a country experiences steady population growth and benefits from demographic dividend. After the achievement of certain socio-economic development, a country starts to experience a gradual decline in birth rates. This is the third phase of the common pattern of demographic transition. This third phase is the time when population growth becomes slower and more stable while mortality declines further. The fourth phase is described by lower rates in birth, mortality, and growth. Most of the advanced economies as well as middle-income countries are now in this fourth phase of the demographic transition. What we have started to observe in some countries where population aging emerging rapidly can be depicted as the fifth phase of the transition. This new phase is represented by extremely low birth rate and low deaths. This fifth phase can be found mostly in Asian countries such as South Korea, Thailand, and Singapore. Among these countries, Japan has been the most rapidly aging country, not only just in Asia, but also in the world. Given its scale, anticipated impacts, and also its speed, population aging will be a major challenge for our societies, regardless of the differences between developed and developing countries. Along with the associated challenges to aging, we also need to consider the possible relation between aging and other sustainability challenges, such as climate change, rapid urbanization, and natural disasters. With all of these reasons, aging is today considered as one of the key sustainability concerns for our society.